All right, welcome. We'll do this interview in English just to cater to the juvenile audience. I have here Luis Cova. He's the son of this family of Cuevas that we've seen and appreciated, that are part of this workshop, that have experienced so many workshops before. I would like to introduce Luis now. So Luis, can you just say, who are you, how old you are, what grade you are?
So my name is Luis Cova, and I'm in 12th grade, my last senior year.
So you saw your parents come to these workshops. How did you come about to these workshops? I mean, what was your initial reaction when your parents were like, yo, you gotta come through?
Well, at first, it didn't really click to me yet, because I was more focused in school, like sports. I was more focused on like baseball, sports, like cheer, and all that. And since like the classes were like at 6, I would go to practice and then go to these classes, so I would be like, oh, like I want to go home, like I want to rest for a little bit. But then after really going like I say like after the 3rd week, my parents like sat me down. They're like you need to go, and that's when I was like yeah, like I need to change, And when I started going again, like I started realizing more of like how important these classes were to me, how much advice I got from these classes, It really helped me out in a way, because like my self-esteem was really low. Like on the classes, since it was about self-esteem, it was like made for me, So I was like, okay, like I really need to pay attention to these classes. I need to take their advice,
And I think it was the 3rd week where you also brought your girlfriend.
Yeah.
How do you feel like your relationship has changed at all through these workshops of self-esteem, of the things that you've learned and you've been able to implement in your own life?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we've gotten because of these classes, she got more closer with me. She got more opened, and it was like, it kind of got us closer to like this class. Like we were going every day, So it really helped her out. She has a lot going on, so it was like it would help her out, and then at the same time it would help me out.
Your whole family, well, except Loretta, has participated in these workshops. How do you feel you guys have changed? Have you guys changed at all? Have you guys improved at all? What are your relationships like now than versus before?
I feel like before, like with relationship-wise, like I wouldn't really I would think more negatively, I wouldn't really have that thought of like, okay, like I'm enough, like I don't got to worry about like these things. Like I feel like before I would overthink about little things, and then now, like for example with my family, like I know they're there for me. I don't gotta ask for them for like. I know they love me, so I'm like, I always have that in mind, so I'm always like, okay, they love me, I'm enough. Like, I know I'm a good kid. Sometimes I can screw up, sometimes I can do like bad things, but I know like they love me for who I am, And like, for example, with my girl, she would be like before I was really like closed. Like I would always close myself, I wouldn't really talk to her about my feelings too. Like I wouldn't do like any of that. Like I would just like keep my thoughts to myself and just think negatively, Like I wouldn't talk to anyone. And like I feel like with these classes, it like taught me how to be more open, how to be more positive with myself, especially with myself, and like with other people too, how to help them out to like being more open to.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like one of the main focuses on the classes.
Sweet. Also, through the things that you've learned and you were able to apply, do you feel like it's helped you in school and in sports?
Yeah, like in sports, it was like the smallest mistakes I would make, I would just take like full, I would take all the fault, something like maybe like if it was my teammate's fault, like if they messed up on something, like I'd just be like, damn, like I could have done something to prevent that from happening, like I would always think negatively.
Yeah.
So that was one of my weaknesses, and like I feel like with these courses, they've really helped me out, like come out from that spot, like really push myself to being more positive, I guess, And like with school, Like it helped me out more. Like I'm more focused in like work. Like I don't gotta like worry about like, okay, like no, like this isn't hard, you know. Like I know I can do it, and with that mindset, like I actually found out like I can do it, you know.
Yeah.
Just by thinking about that, I'm like, okay, like just having like thinking through other ways, you know, like on how to do stuff, you know, not only like in school, just like in life in general, you know.
This is my first workshop. You're part of my first workshop that I've ever given, and there were 6 of us. Mm-hmm. How did it feel? What was the environment like for you to be with a young person like me teaching the class, and also with high schoolers?
Yeah, like I feel like it was easier to connect with you. I feel like if you were like older, we wouldn't have connected as much, you know. But like since you're not as old, you know, so you know a lot like how we're going through it, you know. Like you went through you went through like high school not too long ago, so it's like if I have any like thoughts, like if I have any questions, I know like I can ask you, you know. Like I can always ask Horacio too, you know. But like since you're like more experienced, well, like we've gone through things like that, like I'm like, okay, like just the thought of you being younger is like helps, you know.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah.
You're a senior now. What would you say to other high schoolers about LECI? I mean, would you recommend it? What advice would you give to other high schoolers?
A lot of high schoolers, like right now, like personally, I'm still trying to like find like what to do, like try to like improve myself more. But I feel like everybody has that mindset of being like others. They want to be just like everybody else. They want to just stuff like that. And like I feel like taking classes for like for example with the self-esteem, it can help them like find who they really are, you know. Like some advice could be like, just be who you are, you know. Don't change for anybody. Just be like who you want to be, and don't be ashamed of just showing it, you know.
You have a younger sister, Loretta. Do you have any worries for her in regards to self-esteem? I mean, do you think self-esteem is actually necessary?
Just like last week, she was talking about how she didn't want to wear a sweater because people were gonna make fun of her. But not too long ago, she was loving that sweater, you know? And it's like, how are you gonna stop wearing that? Or how are you gonna stop doing something that you love just because others are gonna just because you think someone else is gonna bring you down for it, you know?
Right.
Like if you really wanna show it, like you should, you know? Like doesn't matter like what they say about you, doesn't matter anything like that. I feel like kids like in her age, especially like right now in her generation, are gonna be like that, especially in high school. When they get to high school, they're not gonna leave that behind, you know?
Yeah.
They're always gonna be like that, and that's something that I'm scared of for her, because she's a really kind, she's a really like a sweet girl. So I feel like a lot of people are gonna take advantage of that, you know? So it's like, I was like that, you know? So I know what she can go through, or if she's going through it right now, but like I wanna make sure like she can have that mentality of not being scared of who she is, you know?
Yeah.
And like if she really wants to like wear something, then she should wear it, you know? Like also like for other people, like if you really want to do something, you want to play a sport, you want to play, for example, a lot of like kids, men love playing volleyball, but just because volleyball is like kind of like a girly sport, they don't play it, you know? So I feel like if you love swimming, water polo, you should do it, you know? Just because like somebody else does it, or somebody doesn't want to do it, you shouldn't do it, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like that's one of the main things that like my sister can go through now, you know?
We ended the workshop. What did we do afterwards, after the end of the workshop?
Oh, we hanged out. Yeah, we had a little, like a field trip.
Little field trip. The reason I asked that is because, you know, it's more than just a workshop that we give. It's a community. And thankfully, we got together. It actually wasn't even really planned, but we were just like, you know, we don't want this to end. We don't want this workshop to end. We don't want to stop seeing each other. And we were like, you know, what if we went to go eat just a week after the workshop ended? See how they came in before the workshop, and to see afterwards the results, the work that they put in, all the effort that, you know, even after school, being in school from, you know, when was your first period?
At 8:30.
8:30?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. From 8 a.m. to, you know, sometimes practice would go until 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And And then afterwards, to still come to a workshop that's 2.5 hours, you know, that's a lot. But they put in the effort, they participated, and they did the work. So, this is the final interview, and thanks for watching. You want to sign off?
Luis Cova, sign off.